and transmitted live to you from Mecca, from Arafah, and from the pathways leading to Arafah. Beautiful pictures in this live telecast of the Saudi Arabian television, and it's to the whole world, showing what these pilgrims are going through, chanting on this beautiful day, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik, Inna al-hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. With this, we are coming to the closing of our telecast to you from the plain of Arafah, as the pilgrims are coming, finding their places, settling for a long day of devotion and spiritual exercise that they are indulging in. May Allah help them, may Allah protect them, may Allah keep them healthy and well, and may Allah take them back with safety to their own respective countries, wherever they have come from. Indeed, they have come so that they would enjoy the strip of spiritual upliftment and cleanliness. And may Allah protect us all and help and uplift the sufferings of people wherever they may be in any part of the world. With this, we would like to thank all the team members of cameramen, of producers, of our director, and the team of KSA2, bringing this live telecast to you and helping to see and share with the pilgrims the day of Arafah. Until another telecast, we leave you with Allah's care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك إن الحمد لبيك اللهم لبيك
Special of Mina days where we come to you live this morning from the plain of Arafat. Obviously here, as you could see, most of the people have converged from Mina to Arafat this morning to implement the practice of the Prophet, peace be upon him, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, who stood in Arafat during this very important day, which is the day of Arafah. As we all know, anybody who does not, she or he does not come and spend part of his or her day in Arafat, his Hajj or her Hajj is not valid. So it's very important for Muslims to come to Hajj and spend this day. Now we are joined by two distinguished gentlemen, pilgrims, who came from the media delegation. So we'd like to start with Mr. Would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, thank you. I am Daoud Akotu, an Islamic presenter on Cameroon Radio Television. It is in Cameroon, Africa.
You?
I am Mohammed Yassin. I'm advisor on information matters to the government of Mauritius. I am also a BBC correspondent in Mauritius for the French service.
MashaAllah. Now, Mohammed, talk to us about Mauritius. Not too many people know about I think they are islands. Actually.
Yes, Mauritius is an island in the far east of Africa, near off coast of Madagascar. And it's a small island of 730 kilometers square with basically 1.3 million inhabitants. With mainly agriculture from sugarcane plantation. It has now moved to tourism industry, very solid tourism industry, relying more from the tourism sector, where we get tourists mainly from France, South Africa, United Kingdom, and also its exports and imports mainly from India and China. So we have quite from a monocrop economy, sugarcane, to a very diversified economy actually.
Very interesting. How about you, Brother Dawood? Can you talk to us about Cameroon a little bit?
Oh, Cameroon is a country which is in the Guinea Gulf, Central Africa, and the superficie of Cameroon is about 475 kilometers square. The population is about 22 million inhabitants, and Muslims are about 39% of the population. And our economy is based on agriculture, but now there is what we call agro-industrial who is coming now, and we are diversifying our economy. We have in our country, we have with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia long relationship since 1960.
MashaAllah. Now, can you talk to us about the fact that the percentage of Muslim in your home?
Please?
The percentage of Muslim.
Yes, I say that in Cameroon we have about 32 or 35% of Muslims in Cameroon. When you take only Yaoundé, the capital, we have about 20 mosques, and between these 20 mosques we have 11 Friday prayer mosques. Every day we have a lot of Muslims who are related into Islam. stay on. You just stay at the mosque and people coming and say to you that they want to become a Muslim. They say why, and they reply that it is because of the behavior, the Muslim behaviors, and they have neighbors who are very kind with them, and finally they decided to become Muslim. And the Muslim populations in Cameroon is growing from year to year.
MashaAllah. So you said how many people become Muslim every year?
Oh, we don't have the exact number, but we can say that about 1,000 or 1,000 and half.
Very interesting. Brother, same to you regarding the percentage of Muslim.
Yes, in fact, Mauritius, we have settlers coming from history back. So the Arabs came to Mauritius. We have the Dutch, the Portuguese, then the Indians. Then Mauritius became colonized by the French and later by the British government. Then we have independence in 1968. But most Muslims came from India. But the majority of the population is Indians. Muslims account to nearly 20% of the populations. The other are part of Christians. In Port-Louis, the capital, we have the main sectors of Muslims. We have nearly 28 masjids in Port-Louis, the capital. And around the island, we can have 115 masjids all around the country. And the situation of Muslims is quite good in Mauritius. Very peaceful, very good cohabitation with other communities also, and we have a deputy prime minister, a Muslim. So we can say that the situation of Muslims in Mauritius are very good, and 20% of the population we are living quite peacefully.
Very interesting. Now, Brother Dawood, having over, let's say, 2 million people standing in the plain of Arafat, what does this represent in your opinion?
It is a very important day for Muslims today, because this day is representing the day of judgment to all humanity, not only for Muslims, because on this day we don't have any discrimination. In this day, you cannot recognize the poor, you cannot recognize the rich. Or we are in white clothes, we are standing in this Arafat as we will stand in front of God the day of judgment, without any advocate and without any corruption. We are all the same. As Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in his last sermon here in the Jabal al-Rahma, the Mount of Misericordia, he said that no one is superior to another, nor the Arab on the non-Arab, nor a black nor a white man to a black man. Only if you are a very, very spiritual man, if you have a good faith, if you have a big faith, you are superior to another. That's what this day represents for me.
MashaAllah. Now, same to you, bro. Now, just to brief our viewers, now you are watching live footages from the Grand Mosque in Mecca al-Mukarramah, where the garment of the cloth of Kaaba, or we call kiswat of the Kaaba, is being installed. As we all know, this is the time where it gets changed, and this is traditionally they change it in the Arafat day, where almost the Grand Mosque is empty from pilgrims. Therefore, they seize the opportunity to change the garment of the Kaaba. So this is a very interesting tradition that we keep here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
And also most interesting is the cost. We understand that it costs Saudi Arabia 20 million rupees for the Kiswa this year. So we should not imagine the cost, but the symbol is, it symbolizes great thing to Muslims, the Kaaba. And also coming to your questions about Arafat here, we can say that it symbolizes also unicity of one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here we are all Muslims. We know that one day we will die, and we hope inshallah we will come up here from Arafat, where there will be the day of judgment, and inshallah we will all get Jannatul Firdaus. And this also symbolizes the great congregation here, that is, whether you are from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south, all come here as one man, as one people. There is no discrimination of sex, of age, of race, nothing. You are all here as a human being with your two pieces, where when you will die you will go with this, and here you are in front of your Rabb.
I also want to add something about the standing of Arafat. When we go back to history, we have been taught that it is here on this valley that Adam met with Aisha, with Hawa, when since they have been sent out of the paradise. And it is also here in this valley of Arafat that everyone can have his wish fulfilled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then this day is very important. If a Muslim wants something to be changed in his life, from here to the day after, he has to pray, he has to ask all what he wants to do.
Very interesting. Now, brother, in let's say in this age of modernization and media, improving the image of Islam has unfortunately been hindered by many incidents in terms of people who claim to be Muslim and committed terrorist acts in the name of Islam. How we as Muslims using such peaceful opportunity like this to improve our image and to tell the people the real Islam?
I think Islam never preaches to kill the other one, this type of jihad. When we talk about jihad, we talk about jihad al-nafs, jihad of the nafs. So I think this is a great opportunity for the Muslim world to show to the other part of the world, especially to the West, to the US, that Islam is not fighting, Islam is not killing, Islam is not only with the sword. So Islam also has other facets, which sometimes we will say that we also from the Islam world, we are not propagating, we are not passing the message rightly, and also because we don't have powerful medias like the West. The West is making our head since our children, making them brainwashing that Islam is like this, Islam is terrorism, Islam is killing, Islam is murder. So this is a view which unfortunately is going on. So we as members from the media, from the Muslim media, we should see to it that there is a stop, we have a break to it, and tell these guys, you should change your mind on Islam. And this is for sure, as you said, an opportunity to show to the world the true face of Islam. That is, this Islam of the pure Islam, the Islam of faith, the Islam of cleanliness. And we show here with the two pieces of white how clean Islam is, and that Islam is not killing the innocents.
Very interesting.
Yes, what I can say, adding to what my brother has already said, it is that in this world of modernization, as you say, in this world of globalization, in this world of media, because we are living in a media period, in this time, if you don't communicate, you are a dead man. I will take a small example to explain what I am saying. If you lose your cell phone now, you will not be joinable again. You will not be, some people cannot join you. And if you lose your cell phone, you are as somebody who is dead. And since Muslims are not communicating a lot in this world of globalization, the only voice heard is another voice who is telling that Islam is this, Islam is this, Islam is this. Another example, during the first Gulf War, we have only one media who was able to inform people about the war. But in Iraqi war, Al Jazeera was already there. And we see the difference between information given by Al Jazeera and the other media. We can say that someone can have his own opinion after hearing Al Jazeera and other media. That means that we have to put an emphasis on media and communication. Because when you hear about the other media, when there is an incident or a crime, they tell you this man, a Muslim, has killed this number of people. But when you have another event, which is more where people have been killing more than in the other one, they cannot tell you the religion of the killer. They just say that a man who has lost his brain has killed some people in the. Then we have to put emphasis on communication. Muslims have to communicate. We must have our own tribune of communication where we can tell to them, to the world, who we are and what is the real face of Islam. In Cameroon, we don't have such problem because we have Islam, Muslims, Christians, enemies living in the same country without any problem. I am presenting an Islamic program since 11 years without attacking anyone. And I have a feedback from non-Muslims who are telling me that from your program, I have learned a lot about Islam. Before, I thought that Islam was a religion of a certain tribe in Cameroon, but now I understand that it's a universal religion. That's what we have to do. We have to educate the humanity. We have to transmit the message because we have the responsibility of the last divine message. And we will be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what have you done with the last message I gave you? Did you transmit it? This is our responsibility.
Absolutely. And also I would also like to say that internet, we in the Muslim world, especially in the Arab world, when we go on internet, we see all the most of the pages in Arabic. So these also have to make some efforts to inform, to translate these pages into English, into French, so that the West know most of the. For example, on the internet we get these papers, Arab News and Saudi Gazette. There are much more papers from Arabic world which we see, but which the Westerners won't be able to read on the internet because it's in Arabic. So I think there's also a sort of change which should be made from the Arab world to more emphasize on the communication to the Western.
Absolutely. Now let's move on and talk about the other point of the Muslim unity. Obviously very important to solve many issues, not just to, let's say, not to form a threat against non-Muslims, or not in that sense. And we could see Muslim unity here in the plain of Arafat, where all Muslims are standing supplicating and worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So how important and how could we achieve Muslim unity, and how could we be an example to the world in terms of this human unity?
It is very simple. When you read the Quran, you can find a verse where God is saying that Innal mu'minina ikhwatun. He doesn't say Innal Muslimina ikhwatun. He said Innal mu'minina ikhwatun.
إنما المؤمنون إخوة.
Ikhwatun.
Yes.
Because there is a difference between a Muslim and a mu'min. A Muslim is just somebody who has accepted, who has testified that I agree that God is one God and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of God. But the mu'min is the one who is respecting, who is doing exactly what God and His messenger has to do. If we don't move from the stage of Muslim to the stage of mu'min, we cannot traduce our unity in act, because a Muslim can do anything. A Muslim can kill even his brother. No, the mu'min. The mu'min is the one who is fearing, who is very, very cautious about what Allah says. If you are a mu'min, you will not thief, you will not quarrel with people, and you will do anything to promote charity, responsibility, good behaviors, and this will lead other people to like you, especially your neighbors, especially your countrymen, and the rest of the world. Then we have to put apart our personal interest to see the interest of the whole community. We have the responsibility to change the world, not to change the world by war, but to change the world by words. Because if Islam is now around the world, it's not because we are fighting, it's just because we have to improve our behaviors to show to the other that we are peaceful. We want a world living in peace. Then we have to change our behaviors. We have to let our personal interest, even the country's interest to see only the interest of God, which is the interest of whole humanity.
Very interesting. Now, brother, let's obviously the Prophet, peace be upon him, when he gave this very famous, important sermon that let's say set for humanity, the human rights. It's very well known and profound sermon by the Prophet, peace be upon him. He stood just right here in this mosque behind us, Masjid Namira, and he gave this very famous speech. Now, how could we, as Muslim, try to focus and shed some light on this very profound text to explain to the non-Muslims about our religion? Because unfortunately we have been sometimes we have this defense mechanism, and we should be in the offense. I don't mean physically, but at least to explain to the people what our religion all about.
I think sometimes we must start by washing our dirty linen in family, because the Muslim world, when you see today, it's all divided, and you just talked before about unity of the Muslim world. So whenever there's a country which is being attacked, you don't see most of the Muslim countries putting head together. So each one go his way, and each one try to defend his own interest. So I think this first we should go to see for the Muslim world all together as one people together. Then we can go on expressing, showing how human rights, how Muslim would care about human rights, how Muslim we are a peaceful nation, how we show that the Prophet ﷺ's teaching, we should start by convincing our people from the Muslim world itself how important these teachings are. Then we can pass on the message more easily to the Western countries.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about, Brother Dawood, about Muslims in Africa. Do you think they have more information about Islam than their counterparts in Europe and in Asia, for example?
Yes, in Africa we can say that Muslims living there are well, because Islam arrived in Africa very early. In the 8th century, Islam was already in Africa, in the northern part of Africa. And now I will take an example in Cameroon. In Cameroon, there is no Islamic media till now. Why? We have 100 Christian radios. Now they are planning to have their televisions. We don't have any Islamic media. We only have 1 hour per week for Islamic programming television. 1 hour per week in national radio. 1 hour per week on Friday. It is very, very poor because all the day they are only hearing about other radios. We need a lot of Islamic media in Africa. We need more information about not only Islam but about other Muslim countries. We have to exchange experiences. We have to share experiences, because if we don't communicate together, we are living in a closed part of the world. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that there is no Islam without community, and there is no community without a chief. We are not organized. We have to organize ourselves. We have to communicate together because if we in Africa we are just living there without any communication with the other Muslims, the only communication we have is from the media who are not Islamic media. What kind of information do you expect from this media? That's a problem. Then we need more information, we need more media. Even in Cameroon, we cannot have any radio, even in short waves. Any Islamic radio in short wave, like Radio Riyadh, Islamic radio in Riyadh. No.
You do not get it? You should. Because we have the frequencies that cover all over the world.
All over the world.
In fact, you could, and also through internet as well, as you know.
Now, the simple thing the other radios are doing is to install an FM antenna.
Yes.
When you have an FM antenna, you can have a radio very, very easily. That's the way. If you can have FM antenna who is relaying the short wave, it will be very, very, very interesting for us.
Okay. Brother Muhammad, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think one of the issues that we need to tackle is the education. And unfortunately, illiteracy is very high in the Islamic world. And this contributed to, let's say, to hinder the development of the Islamic world. In your opinion, how could we approach this in a very simple and effective way, and also practical way, without just having this ideal ideas?
Yes, education is at the basis of our, because the first we should say Ikra. So when you talk about illiteracy in the Muslims, this is not an acceptable fact that the Muslims are illiterate. Muslims should go forward. We should have literate societies. I join my friend, colleague Dawood here to say that the Muslims, we don't have medias. In Mauritius, for example, we have only 2 weeklies, one on Friday and one on Sunday, which talk about the Muslim situation in Mauritius, which defend the Muslim causes. But this can't be possible. And also when we see about the Arab world, so what we see that Arab world from Africa's perspective, we see the Arab world rich people. We see that they're not investing in media in Africa, they're more interested to invest in football clubs in Britain. So if some of this money could have been put in Africa for a school to start new Islamic school, madrasas, dissemination of information, pamphlets, booklets, brochures, this would have been of great help to disseminate information about the Muslim community, about the Muslim world, thus preventing us from being an illiterate societies in most of the places where we are great locations of Muslims.
Very interesting. Brother Dawood, same to you. This is, I think, very important, where unfortunately few places in the world we find Muslim advanced and educated. In your opinion, how could we deal with this issue? Because this is, I think, the key factor to any success.
Yes, to answer your question, let's go back to the Prophet's statement when he said to his followers, to his companion, that there will come a time where non-Muslim will dominate you. And the companion asked him, why will they dominate us? Will it because they will be more than us? He said, no. When you will leave the way of Islam and going a part of it, they will dominate you. That's why alive today, Muslims are not united. That's why they are dominated. Today, there is no solidarity between Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that if the Muslim community is like the whole body, if one organ is sick, all the body has a fever. But this is not the case now. That means that if we want to recover the Muslim behaviors, we have to go back to our Islamic principles. That means that we must do solidarity. We have to learn about Islam, because many Muslims are just Muslim by the tongue. They are not Muslim in their heart.
By practice.
Yes, by practice. No, they are praying 5 days, 5 times per day, but they don't act as Muslim with faith. That's a fact. And we leave things which are important as education. Education is the key, as Yasin said. Education is the key. In Cameroon, for example, Muslim percentage of those who are not going to school is higher, very higher. Why? Because there are some rumors who are saying that especially women does not go to school. Modern school is not important. We just have to learn Quran. I say no. When Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that you must seek for knowledge, even if you have to go onto China, it said it when Quran was already revealed. Then we need even Islamic knowledge and modern knowledge, because if you have the whole Islamic knowledge, you will have the modern knowledge, because in the Quran you have all sorts of knowledge, not only ibadah knowledge, we have also scientific knowledge in the Quran. Then we need to go deeper in the principle of our religions to learn more about what is going about Islam, how a Muslim must live, because Islam is not only ibadah. Islam is a model of life, a way of life, which has to be implemented in the society. Because if you don't do that, it's sure that we will not change our conditions. As God says in the Quran, God did not change the condition of any people, since the people doesn't change their behaviors.
Absolutely. Now, Brother Muhammad, moving on to an important topic, which is since we're talking about education now, the education of pilgrims. We've seen many violations that sometimes cause, at least injuries, but it could lead to death, unfortunately. What kind of, let's say, educational process Muslims should use to inform all these pilgrims that we are seeing in this monitor, to avoid, causing accidents and causing some problems?
Yes, to take an example, I just see everywhere there are billboards that is you can't sit on the bus. There's a red cross on it everywhere. But yesterday when we were coming here, we see everywhere people sitting on the bus. But why the police don't stop the bus? First thing.
Sitting on
the top of the bus. Bus. These bus bringing the pilgrims.
Okay.
So
yes.
I see on the hoardings everywhere that they put a red cross on it. Don't carry children on your head. Don't sit on the bus. So the police don't stop these people. But for us, for example, in Mauritius, since the month of April, every month you have the Hajjis education. Every one Sunday per month, from 9 to 12 to before Zuhar, we have the education. There is a Hajj awareness program. And if you see pilgrims from Mauritius here, you see that they know very well what to do and what not to do. I'm not blaming others, but perhaps also there are quantity. For example, in countries like India, they just cannot control the number of persons coming or from other countries, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Indonesia. Then these people have not got the proper way to do Hajj. Perhaps they have heard something new, so let's do things like this, but they haven't got the proper information. I think that the Hajj awareness program, which is prepared here by the Ministry of Hajj, and they send this to these missions overseas, these countries have to take their responsibility. They have to educate the pilgrims, because here it's no game. When you come here, it's something very serious, and we have to do it the most serious way and the most easy way, which will not prevent other people from doing the rituals right. So these countries have to take their responsibility.
Absolutely, it's a very good point.
Yes, if I can say something about it, the first thing I will tell is that we will load the efforts done by the government of Saudi Arabia to improve the facilities, the condition of the Hajj. It's very laudable for them to do that. And to come back to your question, we must educate our pilgrims in our different countries. In Cameroon, for example, as soon as you register for Hajj, there is a weekly program you have to follow. You have to follow, because they educate they educate the pilgrims for how they will perform their Hajj when they will arrive here. The different stages, what to do in this this stage to another, how they will comport themselves here in the holy sites. They will not push anybody. They will be kind, and they must help those who are in problems. That's why we teach to our pilgrims. The program I'm presenting in this program, 2 months before the Hajj, we have a special 15 minutes consecrated to Hajj to explain. We receive scholars who come to explain to the pilgrims what to do and what not to do. And in the local region, they also educate pilgrims on Friday sermons and on special program in each groups. That's what the other countries must do. They must educate their pilgrims. It's not the duty of the Saudi Arabia government. No, they have to give facilities, and the other countries must educate their pilgrims to have good behaviors when they arrive here in Saudi Arabia. When I was doing tawaf, I saw somebody carrying a baby on his legs. It is not normal to come to bring a child in the tawaf. It is very dangerous for him. Even in Jamaat tomorrow, perhaps we will see people carrying luggages, carrying babies. All those things can provoke an accident, which is not good for the pilgrims.
Very interesting. Now, Brother Muhammad, we would just like to conclude the program before we leave. This is not your first time making Hajj, is it?
Yes.
First time.
Last year I came for Umrah with the family.
What is your just impression about this spiritual scene that we are watching now?
They are really, we are came here for Hajj. It's a trip of a lifetime for us. So what we are seeing actually, we just cannot describe it. We don't have words for it because they are very exceptional. Since we arrive here, we do the tawaf of the Kaaba, the Sa'i, and everywhere we see the spiritual engagement, and we pray that every day and everywhere in every part of the world, this spiritual engagement continue, and it's not stop after the 5 days of Hajj. Each pilgrim who leave from here should continue to bring their faith, this peaceful attitude to every part of the country and every part of the world.
Yes, it is the second time I performed the Hajj. The first time it was in 2001, and at that day the facilities was already improved, but now more emphasis has been put in those facilities. We learn about the newspaper that a third bridge has been constructed over the Jamarat, and the Jamarat have been enlarged. The dimension now are 950 meters long and 80 meters large, and the amount of money invested there is Saudi Arabia's 4.2 billion. This is an enormous effort done to facilitate the condition of Hajj for the pilgrims. These efforts have to be mentioned for those who are living in our different countries. That many efforts have been done from the Saudi Arabia government to improve Hajj facilities here in Saudi Arabia. But the most important thing is this. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that we must perform Hajj for God only.
Exactly.
And if you want to have a Hajj Hajj Mabrur, you must perform it only for the pleasure of God. And if you do it, sure that your life will change. Your life will change in a positive way, and you will change your society when you will go back in your country.
Okay. Brother Dawood, we thank you very much for joining us. Wish you, inshallah, accepted Hajj and good stay in the kingdom as well.
Thank you.
Brother Muhammad, same to you. Wish you accepted Hajj and good stay in the kingdom. Inshallah, you come back again to report and to cover this magnificent scene. We thank you both very much for joining us.
I thank you, and also on behalf of my friends, so we thank you, and we pray good health for the custodian of the two holy mosques and for all the people of this kingdom of South Africa, and we wish you well-being. Saudi Arabia, sorry. We wish you well-being and prosperity in all what you do.
Okay. We thank all you very much for joining us, and we just brought you live coverage of the standing of pilgrims in Arafat, where you see many people have made their way, converged from Mina to Arafat this morning. It's obviously beautiful and spiritual scene. We expecting to see, inshallah, more people to come. But not obviously within a couple of hours we will witness the sermon of Arafat as well as the prayers of Arafat, and it will be delivered by His Eminence the Grand Mufti of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Abdullah Al Sheikh. We're going to see also don't miss it, the last hour of Arafat. It's very beautiful. You will see a spiritual atmosphere, supplication and prayers by pilgrims who came from all over the world, from 187 nationalities who came to perform Hajj. Thank you again very much, and here is KSA2 team wishing you a very good and a pleasant Hajj season, and for the people who are fasting Arafat Day to accept that. We will continue our coverage. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم